Here's today's card up front. Georgia minus 13.5 at Georgia Tech. Texas Longhorns plus 2.5 hosting Texas A&M. Bears at Eagles under 44.5. Quick recap from yesterday. We went 1-2, down 1.24 units. We crashed the Lions' Thanksgiving party with Green Bay, then watched Chiefs-Cowboys nuke our under, and Derrick Henry's early burst turned into a mirage once Baltimore started handing out turnovers. One sharp call, 2 variance pies to the face. Onward. Georgia Tech. Yes, it's clean, old-fashioned hate in a new school setting. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, fast turf, climate-controlled, exactly the environment that magnifies Georgia's speed advantage. Georgia's defense is allowing 87.6 rushing yards per game. Tech's offense needs the run to breathe. That is a choke point with a bow on it. Meanwhile, Tech's defense has sprung leaks, 90 points allowed in their last 2 losses to Power 4 opponents. Put those together and you get a script where Georgia can play downhill for 60 minutes, not 15. And don't let last year's 8 overtime circus anchor your brain. If anything, that near miss removes Georgia's complacency tax in the week of prep. This year's venue and stakes are different, and so is the separation. Some folks still want to galaxy brain this. The New York Post is out here taking Georgia Tech plus 13.5 because rivalry, vibes, and narrative gravity. That's like paying $100 for a $50 bill. The math will hurt you every time. We'll take the team that wins the trenches and turns missed tackles into track meet explosives. Texas A&M at Texas. The line sitting at minus 2.5 on the undefeated Aggies is the market's way of raising an eyebrow. Books have had plenty of chances to push it to the key number and haven't. Why? Because the spine of A&M's defense is dented and the engine of their offense is out. Le'Veon Moss is ruled out. Both starting safeties, Bryce Anderson and Rashad Johnson Jr., are out. Linebacker Scooby Williams? Out. Now put that against Steve Sarkisian's eye-candy offense at home under the lights, where manipulating backup safeties is literally the design goal of half his concept menu. Add weather that tilts toward a slower, lower variance game, and a turnover margin edge that matters when the ball is slick, and the undefeated favorite looks more like a shiny apple with a worm inside. We're on Texas plus 2.5. And yes, we see the parade of picks on the other side. Action Network's staff piece leans Texas A&M minus 2.5. 247's Horns and Gig-Em desks have multiple writers calling Aggies by a touchdown, and Covers and Yahoo are telling you to lay it with A&M. That's the crowd roaring. We're interested in the lightning. When the house shows you a rat line and the public still lines up for cheese, we don't nibble. We move to Texas's side of the board. Chicago at Philadelphia, under 44.5. 2 big forces here, wind and attrition. Forecasts call for steady mid-teens winds with gusts pushing into the 30s. That's crosswind country at the link, which ruins deep balls, shrinks field goal range, and bleeds clock. Meanwhile, the Eagles are without right tackle Lane Johnson again, which historically pushes them toward heavier personnel and a run-first, variance-suppressing script. On the other side, Chicago's linebacker room is a patchwork quilt, while their corners get an injection with Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon back. Perfect ingredients for funneling Philly to the ground and keeping the explosive pass in check. Long drives, red zone stalls, field position chess. That's an under recipe. If you need a heel to step on, the New York Post model is touting an over with a projected 27-24 kind of game and a list of receiving props dressed for a dome. We'll pass. In wind like this, a football behaves like a kite the second you mistime the spiral, and a holding call on 1st and 10 is a drive killer. Numbers over noise. Quick reminder to anyone who thinks streaks are arguments. A coin can land heads 5 times and still be a coin flip the next toss. Our edge is that we respect variance and bet into mispricing, not into adrenaline. We're the tortoise. The hare looks great until it trips over the closing line. Today's card one more time. Georgia minus 13.5. Texas plus 2.5. Bears Eagles under 44.5. If you're here for dessert without eating your vegetables, that's fine. Just remember who wins in the long run. The numbers do.